Connie invited TMZ, and we've got a new faction and new mechanics, including disguise, battle revives, cover mask, and so on, right? But the most important change isn't really advertised, I would say. The most important change is for solo players, and there is a new equipment unlock, and there is a starting solo self-revive for which you have to actually drop 40 self-revives into the dead drop, and you will get this unlock. Also, you can unlock rebreather and armor box, but the starting solo self-revive is huge because you can use it on any character when you actually queue in solo. Right, to do that, you just need to go and buy self-revive kits. I recommend Ashika because there is a lot of self-revive kits. And by the way, Battle Rage self-revive, you cannot equip it if if self-revive is already equipped, so you have to drop the self-revive and get the Battle Rage then equipped. Anyway, we go to the dead drop, we drop all this in groups of 3, right? And then we get also some cooldowns reduced and stuff. But the most important bit is that we will get eventually 40 dropped there, and we will unlock this. And you know, also another thing which isn't really advertised anywhere, but you can combine this with pay-to-win bundles. So, for example, if you take Fender, who already have a medium backpack as a free medium backpack, and then if you queue in solo, you get both medium backpack and self-revive. So in a way, they buffed all the pay-to-win skins for solo players, except skins which already have self-revive. Those are not buffed. Those are now only kind of these benefits can be only used when you queue in as a team. Okay, now there is a couple of funny additions to Ashika, I mean changes in Ashika for solo players. Okay, if we talk about the new actually box of self-revives, it's kind of useless for solo players, more or less. You can just get only one self-revive out of it. So it really doesn't matter. As of damage taken by the bots, I think there is no changes. Still, shotguns really kill and shred all these bots with one shot. So Bryson 890 is very welcome over here. And if you find a new item called Disguise, right, it is a part of the Deal with the Devil quest, which is a part of a Shadow Company quest line, and you will be able to execute it if you find Scavenger, and you need to use it and then buy something from this shop of the Scavenger. I will show it in the end of this run. Over here I just want to show that there is some changes inside of Ashika Castle, really. And it's again, in a way Ashika Castle is nerfed, and now it is easier to infiltrate because there are two factions are fighting each other, Shadow Company and Connie, and they actually discharge or like trigger all the traps created by the bomb maker, or most of them. So the idea is now that this is much easier to run in the castle because the castle doesn't have any traps, so you can run in any direction without removing the trap. It can be a good thing and can be a bad thing. If you know that if you get in that easy, that the other teams can also get there very easy. So you have to be real careful over here and listen for the whatever happens outside and if there's anyone inside and stuff like that. But I mean, you can now infiltrate the castle real quick. You don't need to think about all these traps. The only thing it's a turret, but I will show you a little trick how to deal with turrets. So you have to run really quick there behind it and then shoot it with a shotgun. And it will not trigger before you do that. It's just that easy. As of Bomb Maker, nothing have changed over here. There is still a trap there, and there is a steel shield, guys, which can be tough sometimes. By the way, there is a new addition now. As you see, you can see who actually damaged you, how many bots damaged you, and what the exact damage wave is. This is really funny addition. Anyway, with these bots you can deal like that. You can just lie on the floor and then shoot under their shields. And then the bomb maker, it doesn't change, but no, there is a little change as well. I think now bomb maker throwing always two armor vests. One is plain three plate armor, and another one is a comms vest. And it's good if you coming in as a team, then you can actually get two full armor sets. Apart from that, in Ashika Castle, there is a couple of also very welcome things which are happening around. And one of these things is that it's now much easier to get your hands on the keys from the weapons locker which is in Ashika Castle. And because of that, you can get still use Ashika as a place where you farm the actual graphic cards for your quests. Although majority of us already did this, but I was running it a couple of times today, just like a couple of times, and I found 2 or 3 keys just in some boxes and some storage containers. It was not that hard to find. Okay, and again, as you see over here, as I mentioned already, that it's much easier to walk around because you don't need to think about all the traps left by the bomb maker. And because Ashika Castle has tons of self-revives, it's also a perfect place where you can actually farm for the self-res kits in order to drop them into the dead drop, which is actually conveniently located in the waterways over there. Well, I'm on my way to the waterways right now. By the way, don't forget that you also need to drop stronghold cards, which is not that hard to find as well in the Ashika Castle. There's tons of them. And I guess Juggernaut changed the allegiance, and now he is Coney, but I'm not 100% sure. I have problems seeing the difference between the two factions. They kind of all sort of red and black, or black. Anyway, hard to see. I was still actually fighting both factions, I guess. But anyway, we drop here self-revive kits. And don't forget about that you can drop stronghold cards as well. You need to drop about 9 of them, or 8. And you see Atsuki Castle weapons locker key. As I said, I can find them more often now. I think the drop chance was increased. And in that case, it makes Ashika Castle a very nice place to farm for GPUs as well. And the drop rate, I think, from the weapon lockers perspective, it is still 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 lockers contain the GPU. I was lucky over here. I was able to find actually 2 of them. I'm not always that lucky, but in this particular case, I was able to find 2 GPUs. I don't need them, to be honest with you, for my quest right now, but it was still kind of good to find, right? And then I'm on my way to actually exfil from this place, but there are a couple of other things I wanted to check. And another thing is this bunker behind the door. And there is no changes over here. As you see, there is still a trap, and you disarm this trap, defuse it, and yeah, you go in. I'm currently under pressure by the other team who are actually having UAV tower activated over there. But anyway, I don't see a significant differences, but still, it's a very good place. If you didn't know how to get there, this is how you get there. But it's not changed from the previous actually patches, right? By the way, Ashika Castle, just to mention, was also kind of changed in the previous patch. There was the windows there now have wooden boards attached to the windows. No people can shoot you through the windows anymore. I remember that in season 3, I think, and there was a lot of people who were shooting you through the windows, and now it isn't possible as well. And now it's much easier for solo players. I think now in this particular patch we've got some love from developers, solo players. We've got some love from developers. And again, this is my favorite way to actually exfil from this location. I'm using my battle boat to get out. And actually there is another additional help for the solo players, or all players really, in that ship which is in the Ashika port. You know that it's a kind of a stronghold as well, but there was a lot of bots over there of all sorts, like T1, T3, and I don't remember, T1 and T3 and T2, all sorts of bots over here. And as many times as I was here, I never seen any bots over here. And it means that you can actually use this area for early kind of regain. There is a lot of orange boxes over here and loot of all sorts and self-reses for your actually farming of your self-res dead drop thing, right? Yeah, overall this location is now worth visiting at any point. The only thing is that it will be, I guess, I predict that it will be more popular now because there is no bots over there. Although I never had problems with bots here, but maybe some players have. And that's obviously for new players, I can recommend this. It's really good place to regain, right? Apart from that, there is another nice addition to Ashika, and this is this amphibious vehicles available over here. And I'm using this amphibious vehicle now to finish this deal with the devil quest. And the way I do this, in order to find scavenger, really, you can do secure intel contracts, but you also can just drive around the island randomly and then in hope to find a scavenger somewhere. And to be honest with you, it's not that hard because the reason for that, the island is very small. You can traverse it in no time in any vehicle, really. And this is what I'm really doing. I'm visiting all the possible places, all the popular PvP locations. For example, apartments, or over here there is another very popular PvP location, at least in my experience, farms. But at this particular time, I don't see anyone over here, really. There are more locations, and now I'm going through the farms into the town center, which is maybe another kind of popular, maybe not that popular like apartments, but still popular PvP location over there, right? And yes, to finish the quest, you have to actually wear the disguise, and then you see I found the location of the scavenger now, and I'm wearing my disguise, and all you have to do really, wear this disguise and go into the to a scavenger location, and there will be a buy station, and you have to buy anything there. I'm not 100% sure why bots are shooting at me, or I'm not sure where scavenger is, but yeah, it's additional buy station, and then deal with the devil is done, right? And what I need to do now, just to exfil, and I'm exfilling, but I'm not forgetting to drop my self-revive kits into the dead drop, just for I don't know, to progress my quest again. Anyway, now it's all done. I didn't spend that much time. Really, I spent like 1 hour farming on Ashika, and I got all this unlocked. Um, this thing is unlocked for me now. Yeah, and this pretty much concludes the video. Another thing I would like to tell you about the new season. I kind of like it overall, but I'm a little bit disappointed that there is no new weapon case. I hope that there will be mid-season update maybe for the weapon case, but as of now, there is no new weapon case. But there is a welcome updates as well, such as, for example, Rebreather, and it will be really good for Koshei Complex. And overall, we've got some, again, as I said, we've got some love from developers. Solo players got some love from developers. And this is obviously welcome. And I enjoy a new movement changes as well. I think, I don't know, but I feel that the movement is a little bit more agile at the moment. And it is pretty good. Let me know what you think about the new season, guys, in the comments, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.
This is Dino 4. We're approaching the LZ now.